apologize for the getup. I just got back from a cosplay photo shoot, which is why I look like this. It went great, but I also didn't have time to like change, and I didn't want to redo my makeup and stuff. So we're just getting this like messy Crystal Lake camp counselor look. There was something that caught my eye today on Twitter where I saw somebody say, or I saw somebody post a list of Conservativecore games. And at first I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a bit that somebody else had done for like... Dog, seriously? Now my dog is demanding I throw her bone. At first I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a list of... That's what you get. You don't get no bone. That's it. She's... conservative games that people always refer to. Like at first I thought it was a list of the games that conservatives are drawn towards. But no, as I investigated, and we'll go into this on stream, as I investigated, it is actually a list that somebody made because they think they made it because they were frustrated by games that a lot of trans people apparently identify with. Let's get the deep lore first. Yo guys, I've seen this stupid trans code list of games that Transler liked, but I need to know what are some conservative themed games that you guys know / like. I'll be making a Conservativecore list of games. Let's just go with the original, the original goods. All right, here we go. The list includes games like Fallout New Vegas, obviously, Celeste, obviously, alongside games with notably wide appeal like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Smash Bros. Melee, which is like, that's pretty self-evident. Like Gerudo Link is a steadfast icon of the femboy and trans femme community. Then we've got Fallout New Vegas, which is like the meme, of course. You've got Super Smash Brothers, Final Fantasy 15, Pathologic 2, Under Night, which like the other thing, fucking so many trans girls in fighting game spaces. Like any fighting game I'll give a pass to. Like what we're gonna see here is this is a prime example of conservatives. Like I can't tell, it's probably a mix of both, because I think there are some times where they are intentionally misreading art to try and make themselves feel better because they like a piece of art. It's like because they have to come up with reasons why they dislike things like BioShock after enjoying them, or like when somebody makes good points about things like, oh, Silent Hill 3 is like anti-church, or it's a critique of how the church controls women. They have to be like, fuck, I really like that game. So they're like, oh, it's actually conservative. It's not though. But let's finish this list of trans games real quick. Oh, Smutty Baba Yaga Borg. She's probably gonna Borg. Ultrakill is transcoded. No, I think Laziest Crow, I think what they're saying here is more the games that like appeal to a wide trans audience. And I think Ultrakill has the like, it's like has one foot in the PC gamer space, which a lot of trans people have, and then like one foot in like the meme space, kind of like Fallout New Vegas. Alpha Protocol is a weird one. Monster Hunter 3, Metal Gear Solid 2 is a heavy one. I could definitely see that. Titanfall 2, that deals with like themes of identity and stuff. Final Fantasy 7, because like I feel like half of these are like games that are about the aesthetic, and then half of them are like were like awakenings for people being like, oh shit. So after looking at that list of like trans coded games, it's like, fair enough, some of them are for the memes, some of them are real. Let's actually look at what these people think are Conservativecore games, and then let's see what made the list, shall we? We have that. Didn't get a whole lot of traction. This one though, this one brought the goods. So let's go through it, because we've already talked about some of these. Toho Project, I feel like that one, just like sheer numbers, that one belongs to trans people. Warhammer Dark Tide, I don't know much about it. That's the Left 4 Dead shooter, right? There's so many goddamn Warhammer games. Beyond Sunset Dev, I could see a reading of that, but like, and maybe it's just because like from a young age I was way into the Halo lore and everything around it, so I was able to be like, well, this military sucks. Like when you get into the lore of like how the Spartan project happened and all the shit around Halsey, like it quickly paints everything in much deeper shades of gray than just like oorah military alien stuff. 40K is a satire of fascism. When will Chuds realize that? Probably never. As we're seeing here, they don't have a great grasp on fascism. And I think it looks like he just added a whole bunch of those from the things we've seen. But like, I am so curious how Ocarina of Time can possibly be seen as conservative. A game where Zelda cross-dresses. Sniper Elite, we already talked about that one. You kill Nazis. Not a very right-wing position to take when the calls are coming from your house. Here's the thing with Mortal Kombat. I can see where it comes from. Because you have Stryker, who is portrayed as a good guy. You have him literally advocating for police brutality in his opening sequence. You have just like people able to murder each other however they want. And then all the women are ridiculously dressed with massive tits. So it's basically a conservative wet dream. Like it is a conservative Saturday morning cartoon of a video game, I feel. This guy did just make the rounds to like dunk on him, which is what I'm doing. But it speaks to a larger issue of why conservatives continue to bump up against these games. Like in particular, things like BioShock, Silent Hill. What else do we have here? We got BioShock, Silent Hill, Call of Duty. Like things that they're like, oh, these are for us. But they're not really. Like, and I thought it would just be more fun to go through some of those. Because like some of these, I legitimately do not understand how they think they are. Like, and I don't know anything about 4X games or RTSs. So like RimWorld, over my head. Skyrim, I don't really... Like, there's so much to most Bethesda games that I feel like you can easily, because of the choices you can make when you navigate the world, like, there's so many different ways you could take it. But Persona 4 is like, and correct me if I'm wrong here, because I've only played Persona 3 and 5, but isn't Persona 4 like a critique of how Japanese culture treats youth? Yeah, no, Wang Fu, Metal Gear Rising in the corner. A game that is implicitly a critique of the war economy post 9/11. Like, they literally name drop 9/11. But Chuds, because Chuds think that Senator Armstrong was a cool boss fight, they're like, yeah, no, this is the conservative game because the bad guy was actually right in the end. But he wasn't, because that's the point of him being a villain.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
That's why you explode his heart at the end of the game. Poilapan, I think groups with specific political ideologies would like to claim games of a past time period because of their emotional attachment to said games without understanding the context of works being made. No, like that's what I think really leads to like Parasite Eve and Zelda, and especially something like Silent Hill 3, a game that is like probably the most politically aligned game in the series. Yeah, no, like it's the exact same thing of like they enjoy something, so they have to like reverse engineer it to be like, oh, this affirms my worldview. Or even worse, they don't get satire, so when they see a character like Homelander, they're like, yeah, this guy's pretty cool. Let's go. And I can see, Arma, Counter-Strike, just like the very pro-militarist games for most of them, I can be like, yeah, there's an argument to be made there. Like, but that's okay. You can have Arma. I'm okay with that. Dino Crisis? What? Like, again, like, if you were to extrapolate a meaning from this game that isn't very political to begin with, it's generally, in stories like Dino Crisis and Resident Evil, like, corporations bad. Like, corporations with no oversight, which is something that conservatives constantly advocate for. What happens when we don't have people watching over massive megacorps? We get dinosaurs. Like, it's a very simple political message, and it's not right-wing. Fallout 3, again, like a critique that they just don't seem to understand. Strawberry System, hey, are you back? Did you go somewhere? Perfect Dark, another, like, Perfect Dark, great example of a game that is all about, hey, maybe we shouldn't have mega corporations. Maybe that allows, like, a ton of bad and shady shit. Like, it's all about uncovering conspiracy between government and companies. For next month, I am trying to do all horror content. So I have a shooter series planned, and I have a Dead Domains planned, and I have a video essay planned right now. And Silent Hill 3 is the subject of the video essay I want to do. I just need to sit down and write it, and play through it, and get footage. One of my favorite horror games ever, and it is, like, to call it right-wing is so batshit crazy, because the entire game is about a girl trying to escape from under the thumb of a oppressive religious organization that wants to have her live her life by their doctrines. Like, it is such a concise metaphor for, like, feminist liberation from Christian theocracy. Something that right-wingers definitely fucking don't want, as they are trying to use the Bible to justify taking away things like women's reproductive rights. It is so batshit to me that somebody could look at a game like Silent Hill 3 and be like, yeah, it's conservative. In what way? Like, in what possible way?
What is this? Looks like God didn't make it.
Another one that is incredibly puzzling to me, because I know it better than almost any of these other games, is Ninja Gaiden 2. A game that I adore. I love Ninja Gaiden 2. Like, I played it probably 10 plus times through in high school. Like, I fucking love Ninja Gaiden 2. However, like, again, not a very political game. And if there's any politics to be extracted from, like, symbolism, like, extract your own from the fact that you fight the Statue of Liberty. Like, you punch the Statue of Liberty, at least in Sigma. Like, I don't, like, is it just, I think it's the same thing as Devil May Cry 3, where they just pick some games that are the closest they've ever felt to actually feeling cool in real life. Like, they realize that that is the closest they'll ever get.
While you were partying, I studied the blade. While you were not having premarital sex, I mastered the Imago.
I feel like half of these are in the same way as the Transcore game list, like, just for the memes. Like, you know, if a conservative likes Counter-Strike Go or Arma, like, or any of these games where you play as, like, a police or SWAT officer, sure, whatever. But half of these are, like, unlike the trans games, which, you know, for a lot of people represent awakening or identity or letting you choose your own path or things that are variously transcoded. Like, so many of these, like BioShock, Killzone, Sniper Elite, Zelda, Silent Hill, they have said, like, integral elements that are anti-conservative. They are against conservative worldviews. And it's just crazy to me that they can justify this. Yeah, no, Phoebe Zen, we were just talking about Silent Hill 3. Like, we were just talking about, like, Silent Hill 3 is, the entire thing is about a young woman getting out from under the thumb of oppressive religious ideology. Like, it is literally about a woman being pro-choice when the church is telling her to not be. Like, in the simplest form. Silent Hill 3 is a, like, literally the final boss you fight is named God. What? I think, done randomly, you might have Dagoneers, I think Counter-Strike is on there because they want... because guns, I think, really. It's just guns and shoot people. I think Ocarina of Time is because Ganondorf is dark-skinned from a sand kingdom that when he took over the kingdom, it went to hell and needs a blonde saver. I think... Damn, you might be pilling me on fucking Ocarina of Time. I'm getting Ocarina of Time pilled over here. Mega Man Zero is anti-government, Fire Emblem Three Houses is anti-church, Persona 4 is literally centered around corruption in the criminal justice field. Are you stupid or something? Self-answering question. I like how Doom is on there when Doom is... One of Doom 2016's underlying themes is how unregulated corporatism leads to disastrous results. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so the Toho fans are showing up with receipts in the comments. That's pretty good. Are these conservative games because they almost all make fun of conservatism? Yeah, I'm so... The Ocarina of Time thing, because here's the thing. Let's go... First off, let's look at this Ducky second dude. To get a... Like, to get a really good... I will annoy more brain-dead children without followers. But with anime. That is so sad, dude. He's going to spend more time proving what anime are conservative core. Like, even the things they like... Talking about Dread. Did you see the movie? Society is in fucking shambles. Like... Virgil hates Genshin Impact. This is sad. Damn. Whoa. Holy fuck. Male, Christian, not safe for work, /furry, /LGBTQ, fuck off. Not anti-Semitic, anti-Ashkenazi. Proud social Darwinist. Fuck, man. I would... Ooh. They're Q-pilling it. A guy taking justice into his own hands and saving kids from groomers sounds kind of base to me. Oh, man. That... Oh, no quotes, just reposts. Based. I'm not even going to comment on MGRR. You clearly haven't played it. Go on, comment on it. The original poster says. Nah, go play it. Already done. Now you. 68.1 hours? How... That's even more embarrassing. You played... First off, I love Metal Gear Rising. That game is like 4 hours long. Like 4 hours. So if you played 70 hours worth of that game, and I'm assuming that's, you know, beating it multiple times through, like, and I've put probably like 30 hours into it over the years. I played it a lot. If you played it that long and do not understand the point of it, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, Wang Fu, I'm learning this about Toho. Look up Metal Gear Solid Che Guevara and play that vid. I will have to do that later. Here come the buzzwords, folks. You know the man-children have entered the scenes. What? Media literacy is the least of their issues. This is... Oh my god, this is like... This is universe brain shit. The Enclave are literally the deep state. Every terrible act of jingoism and capitalism were engineered, enabled by a hidden cabal of technocrats. How is that not right-wing? That's actually kind of brilliant. That's brilliant. They can turn it around and be like, every conservative thing that happens, actually, liberals and technocrats are responsible for it. Which technocrats is such a funny fucking thing to care about when everybody's favorite, like, conservative brainchild right now is Elon Musk. Like, one of the richest men in the world who just bought Twitter to turn it into a Nazi playground. Like, Yeah, no, blood becoming cabal. Quite the word to use. Very, let's say, Q-coded.